Hello folks, Tiso here. The invitation to Windblume event is finally out and we can start playing all those minigames. There's an archery one where you shoot balloons, there's a gliding one, and there's a rhythm game. There's also the Peculiar Wonderland that's a collection of several minigames. There are also some challenges to get Umora, talent books, and Primo gems. This Wonderland includes 5 events and the others will unlock later on. In this challenge, you pretty much do 3 of these events and then you fight a boss at the end. The first boss is gonna be a Pyro Regisvine, so bring some Hydro characters to help you kill it faster. After doing the preliminary quest to unlock this event, you can find the entrance to the Wonderland right outside of Mondstadt. You can also just teleport here straight from the map. And these are the prizes you can get in this event. The top one with the tour ticket exchange is for the other minigames that is not in this video. That will give you all the talent books, your 2 pets, and the Crown of Insight. The collab coupons is what you get from doing the Wonderland event. There are 4 phases and the first phase caps out at 1200 tickets. You can use those tickets to get the new Windblume Ode, the 4 essential materials to upgrade that bow, and some miscellaneous materials down below. Clearing the Wonderland each time will give you 200 tickets regardless of how well you do. As long as you kill the boss at the end, you'll get your 200 tickets. So let's head on into the domain. You can also play this in co-op and matchmake, and it tends to be easier, so go ahead and have fun with that. You need to complete 3 minigames to reach the boss. In the first minigame, you can either get the one to avoid the bubbles or the one to cross the memory bridge. Avoiding the bubbles is pretty easy, just continue up the hill and go to the open slot. Just make sure you don't run out of stamina when you need it. Also, when you get near the top, don't keep sprinting up. Wait for the wave of bubbles to spawn so you know the safe spot. That way, you won't get ambushed by a new wave of bubbles in case you get there late. The other minigame you can get on the first stage is the memory bridge. This one's pretty easy, just remember the safe path to the other side. You don't lose that much points if you fall, so as long as you get to the other side, you'll be good. I guess the trick is to memorize how many tiles you go before you need to switch directions. You can also take a screenshot if you really want, but that's just too much effort. In the second minigame, I have gotten the Barrage Minuet and the Stepping Stone Antics. I'll cover the Barrage Minuet first. This one you're just dodging wave of particles similar to the Electro Cube boss. There's a counter to not get hit more than 4 times, and if you succeed, you get some bonus points. There's also a challenge to not get hit even once to get some Mora and talent books. There are mainly 2 things that can hit you. One are these waves that sprout from the center, and the others are these little bombs that spawn on top of you. As long as you keep moving, you will outrun the bombs even if you don't sprint. The first part is quite easy since the red waves are pretty small. When you get to the second part with the purple waves, they cover a much bigger area. The trick with those is to go back and forth. Lightning doesn't strike twice in the same spot. Once the wave comes out, it will be safe the next time around. In the last phase, you'll need to dodge expanding rings. There are 3 ways to do this. The easiest way is the way I'm doing here, where you just dash through them with your iframes. You can also jump over the rings, but I find that harder when it's lagging. The third way is to use ability to stay off the ground, such as GeoMC's Meteorite and Venti's E. You can also put down 2 of GeoMC's Meteorite far away from each other, and glide back and forth between each one to avoid the entire stage completely. The other game you can get on the second stage is the Stepping Stone Antics. This one, you just need to look carefully at the ground and stand on the one that's not shaking. I suggest ignoring the flowers entirely, especially near the end since the platforms disappear a lot faster. There should always be a safe block no more than 3 spots away from where you are. just keep your eyes peeled and look carefully. There is also a challenge for finishing this event without falling off. The third stage always seems to be the Windblume Blessing. Here, you just need to collect the green flowers that fall down. In single player, you only need 150 points, so that's 15 flowers. If you happen to touch a red flower, you lose 20 points. You'll need to collect more flowers in co-op, but you have more people, so it balances out. There's no extra penalty for hitting a red flower besides the minus 20 points. There's also a challenge to get 10 crowns or more. That's not too hard since you need 15 crowns anyway to finish this stage by yourself. After completing the 3 stages, you'll fight the Pyro Regisvine at the end. Depending on how well you do, you'll get various buffs for fighting this boss. You have 10 minutes to defeat it, and it behaves just like the Regisvine out in the world. The only difference is there's gonna be more eruptions from the ground from time to time. You have 10 minutes to defeat him, so don't sweat it. After beating the boss, you'll get 200 collab coupons. It doesn't matter how many blessings you activate. 0, 1, 2, or 3, you get 200 coupons regardless. This means you need to complete this Wonderland event 6 times in order to cap out. And that's it for the Wonderland event for the first couple days. The new minigames won't come out for another 4 to 5 days, so there's not much else to talk about for the Wonderland event. As always, thanks for watching and have fun out there, traveler.